Hello and welcome everybody to my Joe Alt prospect breakdown. The 6'8", 315 junior left tackle out of Notre Dame is easily my favorite tackle in the NFL draft. But before I get into this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, follow my Twitter and follow my TikTok, as well as supporting my Patreon where you can find my 2024 NFL draft board, as well as my Substack where I write all of my prospect breakdowns. But Joe Alt came to Notre Dame out of high school as a 4-star recruit, and he was actually a tackle, defensive end, tight end hybrid, but would eventually become a full-time left tackle in his freshman year, where he played the majority of the snaps. Alt had his breakout year in 2022, where he was the highest graded tackle among qualifying tackles according to PFF. He allowed 0 sacks to only 8 pressures and was the highest graded run blocker and the highest graded pass blocker. But he repeated such a good year in 2023 with another great one. Once again, he was PFF's highest graded offensive tackle and was the second highest graded run blocker and the highest graded pass blocker. And he was the second highest graded run blocker and the second highest graded pass blocker. He only allowed 1 sack and 5 total pressures. Alt was also a first-team All-American in 2022 and a unanimous All-American in 2023, as well as being an Outland Award finalist or the Best Offensive Line or Defensive Interior Line Award, also known as the Best Offensive Lineman or Interior Defensive Lineman Award. Joe Alt is a tall tackle at 6'8", but he combines his height with his athleticism, wingspan, power, balance, technique, and football IQ to become a stalwart left tackle. His overall movement for a tackle is also really good. After all, he played tight end in high school, so his movement and flexibility are going to be more fluid than most rigid offensive linemen. He is also great at the point of attack and has great use of hands in hand-to-hand combat in the trenches. He also has a very quick first step, which allows him to get set, balanced, and beat edge rushers to the point of attack. His wingspan is also long, so he can envelop an edge rusher and be the first at the point of attack. He's got refined technique and can easily halt pass rush moves by using leverage, balance, and strength. Alt is also consistent. He's been consistent the last 3 years and only gotten better as he's gotten older. He doesn't cause unnecessary penalties, he's a great run blocker and a great pass blocker, and overall, a great piece for an offensive line to have. Though for my weaknesses, he can let defenders into his frame and wait too long to punch, making his wingspan ineffective. And being at 315 pounds, strong defenders can punch him back with a fast rep. Now 315 is not light, it's actually the NFL average for tackle weight. However, Joe Alt is more of an athletic technique guy instead of a mauler. It's more about how he uses his strength. On pass blocking sets, his main objective is to just halt a defender instead of run him back. And then on run blocking schemes, he more wants to open up gaps or seal edges instead of just pancake a guy. And being so tall at 6'8", bendier edge rushers can get around him or under him, taking advantage of his leverage because Joe Alt just can't reach down there. But with that all being said, let's get into the film breakdown. So the first play in the film breakdown that I want to talk about is the second play from the Ohio State Notre Dame game. JT Tuimoloau and Michael Hall are going to be running a stunt here with Joe Alt having to pick up the stunt on from Michael Hall. He does that effectively and allows Sam Hartman to get the ball out. When I was talking about Joe Alt's weaknesses, this is an example. When a defender, a strong defender especially, gets the first punch in, Joe Alt can be pushed back because his wingspan just can't be used to its full ability. But then here on the same drive, Joe Alt gets a good first step off of the line, uses his wingspan to his full ability, halts all of JT Tuimoloau's pass rush moves, and Sam Hartman is kept clean. And then here on this play, JT Tuimoloau is going to try to come in instantly with a bull rush. But Joe Alt is going to be balanced, set his low center of gravity, putting his weight down, and is just going to turn Joe Alt around the corner with only one arm, if you could notice that. I want to show 2 things with this clip. First off, look at how fast he's getting off the line. Showing it again, look at his left foot when the ball is snapped. They're both in sync. And with that quick first step, he gets himself so wide from Sam Hartman that he's able to get his first punch in and just neutralize JT Tuimoloau. Here's another great play of Joe Alt using his wingspan to his full ability, keeping JT at arm's length and swiping away pass rush moves, and using his footwork, low center of gravity, and balance to just keep him away from his body. And then the last play I want to highlight from this game is a Joe Alt pull block on a halfback power, and as the lead blocker, he's just gonna push his body in there to get a good hole and keep on pushing the defensive line so that the running back can end up within the 5. Alright, here's another good pass blocking set from Alt. Number 98 is going to come in with another bull rush. Not going to work. Wide frame. Balanced. If only Esteem picked up the right block, I think this Drew Pine would have gotten more time. And then for the last play I'm going to show, I don't even really care about the run play. I just care how many guys Joe Alt is going to knock over. I think that's 4 guys. My player comparison for Joe Alt is basically going to be a better Mike McGlinchey. Funny enough, both are the same height and weight, both at 6'8", 315. Both are also Notre Dame alums who both played left tackle there. Back when McGlinchey was at Notre Dame, he was an athletic tackle, and so was Joe Alt. Both have long wingspans, and both were highly graded by PFF in college. McGlinchey was even the 9th overall pick in 2018, and I believe Alt will also go around the same area. And both also have similar issues with bendier edge rushers getting around them because of their height. But overall, I think Joe Alt is going to be a much better player than McGlinchey, especially as a pass blocker. McGlinchey is more of a run blocker first. And McGlinchey has been solid, but never elite in his career, while I think Alt has the potential to be a Pro Bowl tackle. And I am giving Joe Alt a 7.00 prospect grade, and Joe Alt is my 6th overall player in the NFL draft. He is also my offensive tackle number 1 and left tackle 1. And I think Joel has the potential to be a top 10 offensive tackle one day and even a Pro Bowl left tackle. I think he goes within the first top 5 to 10 picks, and honestly, he could go as early as 2 or as late as 10 to the Jets. In my last video with Malik Neighbors, I said that I wasn't going to give out any more blue chip grades, but I had to give one to Joel after watching the film. But him being my 6th overall player is kind of a slap in the face for Alt and his talent. I really wouldn't be surprised if Alt establishes himself as a top 10 left tackle right away. He's already refined enough to where he could be a quality day 1 starter, as well as not having that much of a learning curve, and him having 2 years of college dominance supports this. But if this class didn't have 3 basically generational or borderline generational prospects with Marvin, Caleb, and Brock Bowers, Alt would have probably been within my top 3 to 4, but he's also in the same conversation as Drake May and Malik Neighbors for the number 4 and number 5 spots on my board. However, I was blown away with both May and Neighbors. But in such a stacked class, Joe Alt definitely holds his own as a prospect and deserves to be in the conversation with all the top 5 guys. But with his positional value at left tackle, which is so important in the NFL right now, the only guys I think really that should go ahead of him in the draft are Drake May, Caleb Williams, and Marvin Harris, and can easily be drafted ahead of guys like Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze, and even Brock Bowers. But that's going to do it for my Joe Alt prospect breakdown. Let me know your views on Joe Alt. Let me know your views on the rest of the draft class. Make sure you guys go watch the rest of my prospect breakdown series. I have 5 up to this point. This one was a little shorter because I do film breakdowns on offensive tackle and defensive linemen. A little different just because the film breakdowns are a little shorter. But as always, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow my Twitter, my TikTok, support my Patreon, and read my Substack. All the links are going to be in the description. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.